Hi guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And today we are going to be doing the part 2 to the Bloxburg challenge, which is rating and reviewing all Roblox Bloxburg materials. So we are going to eventually in this video give out the colours at the end which made it through. So if you haven't checked out that video, go and check that one out first, because this will include some spoilers of the other one. So we are rating the materials, and then at the end we'll talk a little bit about how this house is going to work, what's going to happen, when is it going to be happening, will it be a premiere, will it not be, all that stuff. So all you're going to need to know about the finale of the series is coming up towards the end of this video. But first of all, we have to rate the materials to see what is getting in to the house challenge thing. So let's just get straight into it, but before we do, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and they will all go into a playlist, so the house will be in there as well. So make sure that when that comes out, you go and check that out, because all the colours that made it through and all the materials that made it through will have to be in that house for it to qualify. So, and it will have to be cheap as well. I don't think it'll be over 30k. So can we do that challenge? Let's just find out first by rating the materials. Here's part 2 of the challenge. Okay, so straight into groutless bricks. I am going to rate this a 8 out of 10. Now this does change on the material. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate probably a 3 out of 10.
Silent.
Probably a 4 out of 10.
Alright, so groutless bricks shouldn't make it through. Next is the rough stone bricks. You can have a look on the wall here if you don't know what they look like. I'm going to rate them a 5 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate them 6 out of 10.
Silent.
8 out of 10.
Alright, on to rough bricks. I'm going to rate them a 4 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate them a 5 out of 10.
Silent.
Probably a 4 or 5 out of 10.
Alright, also just so you know, I want your confirmed rating, so not a 4 or 5. So I'll class that as a 4.5. Alright, large bricks, I'm going to rate that a 9 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate them a 10 out of 10.
Silent.
10 out of 10.
Alright, onto the marble bricks. I'm going to rate that a 9 out of 10. Silent. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate it a 9 out of 10.
Silent.
9 out of 10 as well.
Alright, onto the irregular stone. I'm going to rate that a 8 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate it a 2 out of 10.
And silent.
5 out of 10.
So that was a 2 out of 10 from you?
Yeah.
Alright, onto the brick. I'm going to rate that a 8.5 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate that 10 out of 10.
And silent.
8 out of 10.
Alright, onto double bricks. I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10.
I'm gonna rate it a 2.5 out of 10. 2.5 out of 10 probably.
Alright, onto the symmetrical bricks. I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate it a 2.5 out of 10.
Silent.
A 2 out of 10.
Classic carpet. I'm going to rate that a 9 out of 10. Ice
I'm
block.
gonna rate it a 9.5 out of 10.
Silent.
9 out of 10.
Alright, onto the fabric. I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate it a 3 out of 10.
Silent.
3 out of 10.
Onto the linen carpet tiles. I'm going to rate that a 9 out of 10.
I'm gonna rate it a 4
Ice
out
block.
of 10.
Silent.
A 8 out of 10 as well.
Onto the plate. I'm going to rate that a 2 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm gonna rate it 4.5 out of 10.
Silent.
8 out of 10 as well.
Cozy fabric. I'm going to rate that a 8.5 out of 10. Ice
I'm
block.
gonna rate that a 9 out of 10.
Silent. Silent. Cozy
Uh,
fabric.
8 out of 10.
Onto the corroded metal, which looks a bit like rust. I'm going to rate that a 0 out of 10. Ice
I'm
block.
gonna rate it 0.5 out of 10.
Silent.
0 out of 10.
Alright, on to the next one, which is the foil. Some of them don't show up, so We have got no idea what the foyer will look like, but basing on it, I'm going to rate that a 5 out of 10. Ice
I'm
block.
going to rate it a 4.5 out of 10.
Silent.
4.5 out of 10.
Just a bonus tip, if it doesn't show up on the wall, you can see the little square there, so it'll be in there, and up the top you can have a look at where it is as well. Onto the metal, I am going to rate that a 9.5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 9 out of 10.
Silent.
A 9 out of 10 as well.
Onto the diamond plate, I'm going to rate that a 8 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 2 out of 10.
Silent.
2 out of 10.
Alright, onto leather. I'm going to rate that a 8 out of 10 ice block. Leather.
4 out of 10.
Silent.
A 5 out of 10.
Alright, onto grass. I'm going to rate that a 9.5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 2 out of 10.
Silent.
2 out of 10.
For grass, wow. Okay. Does anyone want to change their rating for grass?
Oh yeah, actually a 4.5. Actually, yeah, a 5 out of 10.
Alright, brilliant. Sand, I'm going to rate that an 8 out of 10 as ice block.
I'm going to rate it 2 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Onto the ice, I'm going to rate that a 2 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
2 out of 10.
Alright, now onto the next one, which is hexagon. I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 2 out of 10.
Silence.
I'm a 2 out of 10 as well.
Zebra, I'm going to rate that a 6 out of 10. It actually looks pretty good. Ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
2 out of 10.
Onto the birds, I'm going to rate that a 5 out of 10. Good for quilt covers.
I'm
Ice
going to rate
block.
that a 2 out of 10.
Silent.
6 out of 10.
Onto the classic trellis, I'm going to rate that a 9.5 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 10 out of 10.
Silent.
8 out of 10.
Alright, onto the overlapping circles, I'm going to rate that a 9.5 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4.5 out of 10.
Silent.
6 out of 10.
Alright, onto the puzzle, I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 3.5 out of 10.
Silent. For the
2 out of 10.
Alright, onto the rainbow dots. Now that could also be good for quilt covers, but I'm going to rate it a 2 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 3 out of 10.
Silent.
3 out of 10.
Alright, onto the uneven stains. Now that's because it's stains. You could probably get away with it calling army, like camo, but because it's uneven stains, I'm going to rate that a 0.5 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm going to rate it 0.5 out of 10.
Silent.
I'm going to rate it a 10 out of 10.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to change that?
No.
Okay.
Because it can be good for like houses and stuff then.
Okay, well there's actually a camo one there, so yeah. Alright, jungle leaves. I'm going to rate that a 9 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 4 out of 10.
Silent.
3 out of 10.
Alright, on to the futuristic pattern. I'm going to rate that an 8.5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 7 out of 10.
Silent. Silent, the futuristic pattern.
8 out of 10.
Alright, on to the modern tiles. I'm going to rate that a 10 out of 10. First 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for the modern tile. Modern trellis, sorry. But 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Alright, on to the bubbles. I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 4 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10 as well.
Alright, on to the zigzag. Good for quilt covers, so I'm going to rate that an 8 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 5 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Just so you know, we're going to calculate these as close as possible to the 8 out of 10 mark. So if it's 8 out of 10 or higher, it does get into the house. And it'll be calculated roughly, not to the exact, but roughly to where it should be. So if one got like 10 out of 10, but like 2 out of 10, 2 out of 10, that might not make the cut. Just so you know. Alright, onto camo. I'm going to rate that a 10 out of 10. It looks brilliant. Really good. Ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 10 out of 10 as well.
Silent.
A 7 out of 10.
Alright, onto the groovy lines. I like the way they've done it. Groovy lines. I'm going to rate that a 5 out of 10.
I'm going to rate that a 7 out of 10.
Silent.
7.5 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Alright, onto the giraffe. I don't think that looks like a giraffe. I reckon it's more tiles, but like kind of just put randomly. So I'm going to rate that a 5 out of 10. That's
I'm
look.
going to rate it 4.5 out of 10.
Silent.
3 out of 10.
Alright, onto the elephants. I'm going to rate that a 2 out of 10. That's look.
I am going to rate it a 2 out of 10.
Silent.
2 out of 10.
Alright, onto the edge. That looks pretty cool. That looks 3D. Looking at that. I'm going to rate that a 10 out of 10.
I'm going to rate that a 9.5 out of 10.
Silent.
3 out of 10.
That'll probably make the cut. Colourful cubes. I'm going to rate that a 7.5 out of 10. That's what.
I'm going to rate it 2 out of 10.
Silent.
2 out of 10.
Alright. Onto the swirls. I'm going to rate that a 5 out of 10 ice block.
2 out of 10.
Silent.
3 out of 10.
Alright, onto the smooth plastic. I'm going to rate that 10 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 10 out of 10.
Silent.
10 out of 10.
Now onto the plastic. 10 out of 10 for me, ice block.
10 out of 10.
Silent.
9 out of 10.
Onto the metal roof. I'm going to rate that a 10 out of 10.
I'm going to rate that a 9.5 out of 10.
Silent.
9.5 out of 10.
Onto the asphalt singles. I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 5 out of 10.
Silent.
5 out of 10.
Alright, onto the roof tiles. I'm going to rate that another 5 out. Let's go 7.5 out of 10. Ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 2 out of 10.
Silent.
9.5 out of 10.
Onto marble. 10 out of 10 from me, ice block.
10 out of 10 for me.
Silent.
10 out of 10.
Stone lines. I'm going to rate that a 5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Smooth pebble. I'm going to rate that actually an 8 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 2 out of 10.
Silent.
2 out of 10.
Concrete. 10 out of 10 ice block.
10 out of 10.
Silent.
9 out of 10.
Alright, onto the cobblestone. An item found in Minecraft. I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 2.5 out of 10.
Silent.
2 out of 10.
Alright, onto sleigh. I'm going to rate that a 9 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Alright, onto granite. I'm going to rate that a 3.5 out of 10 ice
I'm
block.
going to rate it a 9.5 out of 10.
Silent.
A 0.5.
Alright, plaster. I'm going to rate that a 2 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 5 out of 10.
Silent.
5 out of 10.
Alright, onto pebble. I'm going to rate that a 2 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 2 out of 10.
Silent.
2 out of 10.
Onto uneven vertical stripes, I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Alright, onto the diagonal stripes. They look pretty cool. It even gives like a sort of a 3D effect, almost, sort of. So I'm going to rate that a 5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 6.5 out of 10.
Silent. Silent.
4 out of 10.
Alright, onto the vertical stripes. I'm going to rate that a 6.5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 5.5 out of 10.
Silent.
4.5 out of 10.
Onto the large mosaic tiles. I'm going to rate that a 9.5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 10 out of 10.
Silent.
10 out of 10.
Alright, onto the diamond tiles. I'm going to rate that a 6 out of 10 ice
I'm
block.
going to rate it a 3.5 out of 10.
Silent.
4.5 out of 10.
Alright, onto the detail tiles. I'm going to rate that a 3 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 2.5 out of 10.
Silent.
3.5 out of 10.
Onto the square tiles, I'm going to rate that a 8.5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it an 8.5 out of 10.
Silent.
9.5 out of 10.
Onto the subway tile, I'm going to rate that a 7.5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it an 8 out of 10.
Silent.
8 out of 10.
Alright, onto the dotted tiles. I'm going to rate that a 8 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 3 out of 10.
Silent.
3 out of 10.
Alright, onto the tilted tiles, I'm going to rate that a 2 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Alright, diagonal bordered marble, I'm going to rate that a 2 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 3 out of 10.
Silent.
A 3 out of 10.
Alright, onto the rectangular tiles, I'm going to rate that a 5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Alright, onto the acoustical ceiling tiles, I'm going to rate that a 8 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 4 out of 10.
Silent.
I'm going to rate it 4 out of 10 as well.
Alright, onto the small rounded tiles, I'm going to rate them a 9.5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate them a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
A 4 out of 10.
Alright, onto the checkered tiles, I'm going to rate them a 10 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate them a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Onto the wood, I'm going to rate that a 9 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 4 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Alright, onto the planks long, 10 out of 10 for me, ice block.
I'm going to rate it 10 out of 10.
Silent.
10 out of 10.
Onto twisted wood, I'm going to rate that a 4 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4.5 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Alright, onto the herringbone wood, I'm going to rate that a, looks 3D again, I'm going to rate that a 10 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate that a 9.5 out of 10.
Silent.
9.5 out of 10.
Herringbone tiles, if we've got the herringbone wood on there, I'm going to rate that a 8 out of 10.
I'm going to rate that an 8.5 out of 10.
Silent.
8.5.
Out of 10. Bark, 3 out of 10 ice block.
0.5 out of 10.
Silent.
4.5 out of 10.
Alright, onto the horizontal planks, 9 out of 10 from me, ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 4 out of 10.
Silent.
4 out of 10.
Alright, onto the plywood, I'm going to rate that a 2 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 1.5 out of 10.
Silent.
4.5.
Alright, onto the wood planks, I'm going to rate that a 9.5 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it 10 out of 10.
Silent.
10 out of 10.
Onto the logs, I'm going to rate that a 10 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to rate it a 2.5 out of 10.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Silent.
2.5 out of 10.
Alright, and onto the wood tiles, which is the final one, I'm going to finish it off with a 7 out of 10 ice block.
I'm going to finish it off with a 5 out of 10.
Silent.
9 out of 10.
Okie dokie. So, that is what we have on offer. So, I will go back, rewatch the video and just calculate everyone. Not to the exact, but to somewhat close to where it would be and if it makes the cut or not. Now, if you haven't gone and watched the first one, please do, because I'm going to be letting you know which colours have made the cut. So, with a finish of 8.5 out of 10, the first colour in is industrial white. So that will be in the house. 8.5 out of 10, really black. 8 out of 10, white. 8 out of 10, seashell. 9 out of 10, artichoke. 9.5 out of 10, ghost grey. 9 out of 10, oyster. 8.5 out of 10, fog. 9 out of 10, beige. 10 out of 10, linen. 8 out of 10, pastel brown. 8.5 out of 10, sage green. 9.5 out of 10, cloudy grey. 9.5 out of 10, hurricane grey. 8 out of 10, pastel blue. 9.5 out of 10, pastel light blue. 8 out of 10. Sand blue, 8.5 out of 10. Electric blue, 8.5 out of 10. Pine cone, 8 out of 10. Forest green, 8 out of 10. Dark green, 8 out of 10. Pastel green. Those are the colours that made the cut. Every other colour did not make the cut. Now, heading on to the materials, that is all to be found out. Now, here is a few rules for this Bloxburg building a house challenge. We can use the colour more than once, but it has to be on there at least one time. It has to hold the standards of a normal house. So it has to have at least one bedroom, one bathroom, one garage, one living room, one dining room, one laundry, one kitchen, and a front and a back garden. So, those are the rules of the house. Another rule is that it cannot be bigger than 3 stories, and it cannot be more expensive than 30k. That is what we are setting ourselves to build the house with. No neon colours allowed. So if we selected neon colours, they're allowed, but no neon colours other than that. We can only use the colours that are here and the materials that are here. We can put the colours on the materials because you will get to watch us do the house with commentary. So I'll be talking about my tips and tricks for houses and all that. And then at the end we'll come and rate the house and see if we did a good job. And then that'll be the end of the challenge series. And then it will be back to videos, like just default videos. So yeah, I'm not sure, might bring back random Roblox games. If you think that's a good idea, we will let you know. Comment down if you want random Roblox games in a video, because we'd like to know that. We'd like to know. We're going to do random Roblox games Christmas edition, so that will be coming out the week before Christmas, because we have got something. We're going to be going around playing Christmas games of our choice when it's Christmas special. Minecraft, we'll do something like that for Halloween, like what we did on Halloween. We'll just do a big world full of stuff. And then if Among Us updates for Christmas, we'll go and do an Among Us Christmas thing as well. But yeah, I hope that you guys know our plans for our house. No cars included in this, so we might already buy a car before, but that will not add up to the 30k, because otherwise it just gets out of hand too quickly. We would leave ourselves either 12k or 8k to build a house. No, 12k or 5k to build a house. If you have a look at the vehicles, which I'm going to show you right now. Vehicles. You could buy a bike, gettable, for 0.8k. 12.5k is the moped. 18k is the Rote 500, and 25k is the Bloxburg Voyage. We can't buy any of them, and we're not going to buy any of them in the video. So yeah, that is that, I reckon. I'll just let you have a look at some of the vehicles and my inventory on Bloxburg, which I have none. That's it, like your personal inventory and stuff, which you can earn trophies and all that stuff into it. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, so then you guys will be notified when the house does come out, because the house will be a good one. I've set some rules, restrictions, requirements that need to be met, and then we'll rate it out of 10, our job that we think we did. So it's going to be putting it to the cart, our first house on Roblox Bloxburg. Do you reckon these restrictions are fair, guys?
Yes. Yes.
We might make a few tweaks throughout the week. And one more question, when are we meant to expect it, and will it be a premiere? When are we meant to expect it? Coming within the next 5 days. So I think it's four days from now is when it's coming out. So it'll be coming out on, it'll be coming out on Australia Friday. That's what we know. And will it be a premiere or not? Don't know. I think it might be, but it depends on what's happening then. So it might be a premiere, it might not be. So expect either or. Expect it to just be a video, and also expect it to be a premiere. So it could be one or the other, but it will be one of them. So it'll either come out as a normal video or as a premiere. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, so then you'll be notified when the house comes out. That's it from us now, guys. Hope you've been enjoying the series so far. One more video to come in the series, all in a place you can access them there. Bye, guys. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.